talk my shit. I got all dick, and she turned around and hit. And I done learned a lot of shit. I had a brain.
What's up, guys? This your boy. I'm back with another episode today. Now, this time, for real, I'm off work. I'm off work like I told y'all in another video. I'm off today and tomorrow, probably Sunday too. And I told y'all I'm going to give y'all these bangers and apply this pressure. Eat your fruit, man. Eat your fruit. Eat your apples. But, anyway, coming out with another banger. I love y'all. I really appreciate y'all. Even the so-called haters with no subscribers that want to come in on my stuff. It's like, backstory, not that long ago I filmed. In one of my shorts, a gentleman or whoever it was, with no subscribers, asked me why should I care about, my thoughts. It's my opinion. I just do the research, go by what I see, and give my thoughts on it. You know what I'm saying? It's up to y'all if y'all care or not. But the ones that do, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I'm grateful for y'all. And I'm going to continue to do that. And I got another banger today. This is episode 32. Called Humble. Started with my first two subjects. And the first subject is Lex Luger. Now, as you see in the picture, Lex Luger was this young, strong, buff dude coming into the wrestling industry, and that was clueless, and he didn't really care about the industry. He just thought he was gonna make some money and do what he do. But fun fact, Lex Luger really didn't want to be a wrestler. He wanted to be a bodybuilder, like Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I guess wrestling guys saw him, thought, okay, well, he look buff. He can do what he want to do. And let's see what he can do. Well, Lexi Poo entered in one of his first locker rooms and got a rude awakening when he tried to test Bruiser Brody. Now, Lex was a rookie. Bruiser Brody was a real OG, nonsense, hardcore wrestling dude. So Lex Luger just thought he could do what he wanted to do. He was trying to tell Bruiser Brody how we're going to run this match, do this, that, and the third. So, I think that was in a steel cage match. And I'm not sure if y'all can comment. So, Lex Luger got in the steel cage. Bruiser Brody worded his ass out. Gave him a rude awakening like, hey, it's either you love this business or you don't. And you going to show me some respect. I said Lex Luger was screaming for his life, running for his life, and everything. And, Lex went on, Jim Crockett, what you want to call it, WCW, and had very success with his Ric Flair and the Four Horsemen. He fought Sting in the 90s, of course. Now, don't get me wrong, Luger had the look. He just didn't have the passion for it. As all his peers used to say, he was an asshole. I mean, think about this, especially back then in the 90s. When you're a buff dude like Lex Luger, most of them back then was arrogant. I think buff dudes now, slick days is arrogant. They just being real. And they think they know it all. And I feel like, especially back then, I think Luger looked at his peers as beneath him. Because they didn't look like him. Now, Luger did have a variety of success as world champion, but his ring work wasn't that good. Luger sucked on the mic. Luger sucked at selling matches. Let me ask you something. As legendary as Lex Luger is, I'm gonna be quiet for 10 seconds. I want y'all to give me a classic Lex Luger moment or a classic Lex Luger moment. And I'll be quiet for 10 seconds. Put them in the comments. My point exactly. The reason he got on because he just had the looks. And back then, wrestling promoters was obsessed with buff guys and stiff guys at that time. Cause you gotta look at it. You had Billy Graham, the War Warriors, Jesse Ventura, and of course, the muscle man of them all, Hulk Hogan. But then, I feel like Luger went through some tough times. Cause I'm pretty sure, if y'all remember, in late 1992, 1992, Vince McMahon signed. And I think this is when he wanted to go to the muscle thing, but Vince took a liking to him, and Vince probably gave him a deal that he couldn't refuse. And this was the time Vince was looking for another Hogan, so he chose Lex Luger, and they came up with that trash idea, the Lex Express. And it was an epic fail. So they're like, how can we build this up? A typical big guy versus a little strong guy. Where I think they went to the Army base where Yokozuna was having a body slam contest with the guys in service and superstars. And then it was this big announcement that Lex Luger was coming. And then he came and body slammed Yokozuna. So basically, to make a sad note, Vince was trying to let Bret Hart shine, basically, because Vince didn't want a little guy to be the face of his company. So the match is set. They had a match at SummerSlam. It was decent, but it didn't draw. Like, wasn't nobody excited about a Lex Luger match. Like, I ain't never heard nobody say, yo, I'm gonna go see Lex Luger wrestle. Now, he had a nice finishing move, torture rack, and woo! Yeah, but other than that, it was just like, alright. Then, of course, later on in the year 93, he teamed up with the Steiner Brothers and stuff to face with the Undertaker. They gave us that whack iconic moment, which I never understood with the Undertaker with the flag jacket. That was trash. But anyway, so he get pushed again early January in the Royal Rumble where he tied with Bret Hart. And everybody should have thought that Bret should have just won it by itself, really. It wasn't even the sense of no tie. So they both faced Yokozuna, where it ended in another DQ for Lex, I think, because he's trash. He was garbage. He wasn't that good like he thought he was. He was just happy to get paid, and he didn't care about the business. I don't even think he cared about winning championships. So, from that point on, after Bret won, according to Bret Hart, he told me, man, you the man. You better than me. And from that point on, Lex Luger's career slowly started dying. He teamed with British Bulldog, and shortly after that, he went back to WCW. Had a nice run. I mean, he was a decent heel, but he just wasn't the guy. You know, and then getting constantly beat up by NWO week after weeks. In between that, you know, facing the Giant at Starrcade, having a decent match. And then, like, they was building towards Sting versus Hogan. And as I remember, I think they said Luger won the bet on Nitro. Y'all remember the infamous Nitro? He beat Hogan. Sting was pissed. And then 2 days later, well, no, that's for 6 days later, he lost the bet again to Hogan. And then he got pushed in the back. And Luger was just pushed in the back his last few years in WCW. If you really think about it. 98, what did Luger do in 98? He was just in the Wolf Pack, just shining, just woo. And then he became the whack total package character in 2000, and then his career died. And then in between then, he was dating Miss Elizabeth, where they both was into drugs. And then I think in 2003, the infamous phone call around the world, I think she had overdosed on some drugs. And he was right there trying to get back to it. And then his life changed forever. And I think some years down the road, I think Luger got paralyzed or something like that. Y'all hit him in the comments. Let me know what's going on. So basically, it's like he started up here, muscle man. I'm an asshole. I don't care about you. Cause I'm pretty sure he probably pissed some folks off in the business, or his family, or his friends. And then look at it now. I'm happy for him though. He found Jesus, found God, the King. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy for him. But sometimes in life, you can't be so full of yourself. Cause it might be a day where you're gonna need to humble yourself. And I feel like that's what Luger got. And I'm pretty sure he'll appreciate the blessing that he here another day. You know what I'm saying? Overcoming all the addictions, the steroids, the stuff he probably did to folks. He probably regretted it. Probably apologized to some of them folks. And he looked like he probably changed for the better. And he looked like he just enjoying life. So, and a long story short, just because you got muscles and all this stuff, don't mean you can treat any folk. You can treat people any kind of way. Cause sometimes life might bitch you in the butt. It might not happen today. It might not happen tomorrow. It might not happen to you. It might happen to your mom. It might happen to your kids. It might happen to your granddaddy. Basically, on that story, you gotta be careful how you treat folks. For real. Alright. Number 2. The icon. The legend. Mr. WrestleMania. But the man himself, Shawn Michaels. Now you'll think a guy like this that cool wouldn't be an asshole, wouldn't he? But then you'll be surprised when years go by, as each decade come back. Look at when he first went solo. Now that boy looked like an asshole. Shades, glasses, smelling himself. Ain't around that dead weight Marty Jannetty, getting drunk, doing coke. I mean, he did coke too now, but he didn't interfere with his shine. Then you got the 1996 version, Shawn Michaels. Look at him, full of himself, telling Brett, "Get the fuck out my ring. My ring. Get the F out." That's tough. And then you got the 99, Shawn Michaels still cracking jokes, being an asshole. And you got him being an asshole with Brett again in the infamous Sunny promo when having that Sunny side up, when both of them were smashing Sunny at the same time. Whew. Damn, Chris Candido. I don't know how you dealt with that, boy. I salute you, my G. I mean, I think you passed the world like that. But they were both tossing her around. And then you have the Shawn in 2002 when he came back. He found God, the King, Jesus. Look at him now. And then you got the Shawn today, who's just nice, cool, relaxing. So y'all know, Shawn Michaels was a guy that started off in Texas, Dallas, Texas, trying to find his way into the business. And I know shortly after, I don't know his full background history, but I know doing his run with Marty Jannetty, they was teaming up, high-fiving, laughing, woo, and stuff like that. He started off clean cut, nice and wholesome. Then I think probably doing the breakup, before the breakup, I think they broke up in 90 to 92? late 92, yeah, early 92, late 91 heading into 92. And you can tell in some of them last little promos that they weren't getting along, and Shawn was starting to show that little cocky side and being a little asshole. And plus, him and his friends ran amok backstage. The Clique, Wolfpack. They ran Vince crazy, did what they wanted to do, shitted on everybody. Like, come on, bruh. You think Shawn didn't shit on Vader? Yelling at him? Come on, dog. Man, Vader just trying to do his job. From what I heard in the reports, I'm not knowing if it's true now, y'all can come on it, that Shawn made Vader cry. Leon just trying to do his job. And Leon pushing the WWE was never the same after working with Shawn in 96. Whew, that's tough. Then, Exhibit 2. Stone Cold was on a hot run in the WWF. But Shawn injured his back in the Royal Rumble against The Undertaker in 1998. And Shawn didn't want to let go of the belt, so Stone Cold Steve Austin couldn't shine. That's some asshole shit. You know what I'm saying? But Vince, you allowed it. There's always been rumors that Vince and Shawn had Brokeback Mountain. I don't know how true it is. I don't know. But that was always the rumor. I don't think they did it, but there was always a rumor because Shawn got his way all the time. Then, I got to backtrack. Bret did a job for him in California, put him over. And then they were going to do the rematch in 1997. And then he lost his smile. Wiggle, jiggle, please. You just didn't want to put Bret over. I don't understand why you didn't want to put Bret over when Bret did business with you. That was selfish as hell, Bret. Come on, Shawn. Come on now. Allegedly, you lost your smile. Then, they said he was being an asshole to his trainer, Jose, the real 90s, I can't pronounce that man. Like, he was being an asshole to his trainer at times. See, when you high on that crack rock and drinking, and then you getting success and blessed, it's a bad combination. You think you can talk to anybody, mistreat anybody, do what you want to do, and life ain't gonna come back on you, dog. Oh, then I gotta remember, he was asshole to The Rock's mama, yelling at her like she crazy, and that explains why him and The Rock got beef. Because you gotta remember, The Rock arrived in 96, and according to Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels and Triple H bullied The Rock. Rock wasn't even that good yet. Y'all player hate. Jogging on the main shine. It's funny, I saw the Logan Paul interview, and there was an awkward moment when dude mentioned The Rock, and Shawn was like, oh well, he know, and Shawn, both of them okay with it. He know Rock don't rock him like that. I mean, you cussed out his mama. What man gonna be cool with you cussing out his mama and his grandma? Who gonna be cool with that? I don't know. You dig what I'm saying? And then you tried to bully me, steal my shine, so I won't come up. Your time was up, dog. You still Shawn Michaels, but your time up. And you wanna be an asshole to everybody. You thought life wasn't gonna come back on you. Then a report was, I think Shawn Michaels was backstage doing the WCW invasion, where he was high as hell off that crack rock, X pills, and all that. And I think him and Triple H got into it. Now, this is a guy that stuck his neck out for you during the curtain call. What you mean, Mr. I-240? What do I mean? Let's break it down. In spring of 1996, Scott Hall, Razor Ramon, a.k.a. Scott Hall, and a.k.a. Diesel, a.k.a. Kevin Nash, was leaving the company for more money to go to WCW. Shawn was the champion. So who was going to get all the punishment? Triple H did. Because Triple H was supposed to win the King of the Ring 1996 and get that mega push. But then it turned out for the better for Stone Cold. And Triple H was in crazy sloppy top matches with not Billy Bob, Henry Godwin, playing with farms and pigs and for the sake of you being selfish. So you doing right when you said that on Logan Paul episode that you owe Triple H. And you doing a good job with NXT, man. I salute you, OG. But you was wrong for being an asshole in all these variety situations that I just mentioned. And then I feel like karma. I think Shawn Michaels said it himself. He feel like why his eye messed up is from the man above, like, cause doing his match with Kane messed up his eye. So you gotta think about it like that. So you gotta look at it like that. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I'm back, y'all. I had to check out my whip real quick. But what I was saying was yeah. So Kane messed up his eye, and Shawn Michaels looked funny. And sometimes it be like this. So karma go get you. But I feel like Shawn had learned his lesson. He married with beautiful kids. He getting promotion on NXT. He doing his thing, putting on a good show. So man, salute to the big OG Shawn Michaels. Now, intriguing subject from Ric Flair interview on Booker T, where he said, well, he wasn't a big fan of women bleeding in the match. So it had me thinking, like Exhibit A. That's a lot of blood for a pretty girl. Man, she fine. But, whew. Then, of course, you got Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa. Bleeding like a mud. But then I thought about it, and I thought about it from the OG's point of view. There was no way in hell there was no way in hell this man gonna make Trish Stratus bleed. Or Alita. But I can understand why the women want to bleed today, too. Because during that time, it was just leading Trish Stratus putting on good matches. Doing their thing, but they wouldn't get enough TV time as the men. You see what I'm saying? Plus, they was like men dominated back then. Then you got the Divas era in WWE where they were getting 2-3 minute matches. Now, in Impact, they were going hard. Gail Kim, ODB, who else I can think of? ODB, Gail Kim, can't think of their name. Terrence Harrell, Victoria, Mickie James. They used to go hard on Impact to just get that just due, that respect, that shine as the man. So they used to want to be on the main event scene and do ladder matches and stuff like that. So they just want to show the men that, hey, we can hang with y'all too. So even though I don't like women wrestlers bleeding in today's era, but I understand why they do it though. Because women wrestling is on the front right now. And plus, women go harder than these dudes these days anyway. If you look at it, some of these women wrestlers go harder than these dudes. But you ain't even catch no women wrestling bleeding in WWE. Well, you better not catch anybody bleeding in WWE, to be honest with you. They getting them gloves real quick. But in AEW, shoot, you gonna bleed in 5 minutes. Ask John Moxley. He bleeding there in 2 seconds. He probably bleeding right now. So I ultimately do agree with Ric Flair because that is not cute. That is not sexy. But I can see why the girls do it because they feel like, hey, we trying to show the world and the guys in the back, hey, we can hang with y'all and we can go hard as y'all too. Yeah, they want that main event shine. You know what I'm saying? They probably want to be in the main event. It ain't every day you're going to get a women's match in the main event of a regular show or pay-per-view. Like Exhibit A. Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair was the main event of night 1 at WrestleMania. Night 1. Then the classic in 2004, Trish Stratus versus Lita for the women's championship, where Lita almost broke her neck. There's 2. Then 3 is the one I just showed with Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa, when Thunder Rosa finally got her shine and won the AEW World Championship. And I think I got one more on Monday Night Raw, where it was Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair going back and forth in the main event of Raw for the Raw Women's Championship. So it ain't every day that women get the main event or get the big slot spots. So that's why women wrestlers always gonna have their chip on their shoulder to go the extra mile to get their shine and get their props and try to be in the main event of the show, or just be in the main event of, you know what I'm saying, or get they just do and want to be one of the top wrestlers. Because at the end of the day, the wrestling industry is very male dominated. You know a lot of great men wrestlers, but it's hardly a lot of great women wrestlers is known. Of course, you got your Moolahs, your Mae Youngs, your Medusas, the women from Japan, and just look at the Attitude Era. Of course, Jacqueline. Can't forget Jacqueline. But just look at the Attitude Era. You know, there's a lot of great women wrestlers that don't get they just do. Like Molly Holly and Ivory. And, you know, Chyna was good in the ring. Even though Stevie Ray, Booker T, brother, don't think so. My eyes kind of messed up. I don't know what's going on. But, so, I kind of agree with Rick, but I understand why the women do it. Because they love to bleed and they want to get they just do, and they want to get the same respect as men do. So, ladies, keep on doing your thing. Get your shine on, baby girl. I support y'all. Keep doing your thing. Now, this is the question around the world for me that I want to know. Hold on, y'all. I gotta put some eye drops in my eye. Hold on. All right, y'all. Whew, I'm back. I had to put some eye drops in my eyes. But, anyway, where I was at? Oh, yeah. The question around the world that I want to know. The pressure, I feel like the pressure is on MJF to do this Iron Man match with Daniel Bryan. We know Bryan can do it. Hell, Bryan can wrestle 40, 50 minutes, or 2 hours. Because y'all remember in the first championship with Kenny Omega, I think they wrestled almost 60, 65 minutes. But I think we're going to find out when the match is officially booked at the pay-per-view. Is it Full Gear? Y'all let me know. Full Gear for the AEW Championship for 60 minutes. We're going to see, is he really the face of AEW? You know what I'm saying? Because we know what Bryan's willing to do to be the champion. And if MJF can hang, I think it'll be a great, successful match. I hope it don't be a lot of cheating there from MJF. I hope it be a couple of clean finishes from him. And he has to win clean to prove that he's still one of the best wrestlers in the world. Because I'm happy that he got the belt. I feel like the title run going pretty good. I think he's one of the top 5 best wrestlers in the world. But I don't know, man. That's 60 minutes, bro. And then we talking about Daniel Bryan, a wrestling technician. Like, you gotta understand, like, Daniel Bryan went to school of, you know, Shawn Michaels trained him. Don't get me wrong. But Shawn Michaels ain't a technical wrestler. He learned from the learning tree of the Bret Harts, the Dean Malekos, the man that nobody want to talk about either, Chris Benoit, Perry Saturn, Ric Flair. See, we talking about MJF going against a technical wrestling machine. This is what he do. Daniel Bryan breathe, eat, sleep wrestling. Hey, y'all saw the episode of Total Divas when John Cena asked that man, you got no TV in his house? No. And I think the match gonna be good if it was like 30 minutes. But if you talking about doing another 30 minutes for MJF, I don't know if he can pull it off, man. And then plus I slick don't want to see it because AEW pay-per-view be already long as hell. But AEW pay-per-view be almost about 5 hours. Do you want to add an Iron Man match? That's 6. I gotta go to work in the morning to play. I can't stay up and watch this. Unless y'all get them subscribers up, then I can get that money up. Follow the page. And follow their page on Instagram too. And Twitter. Let's get it. Anyway. But I feel like it'll be a great match. You got to tell a 2 story. You got a spoiled rich kid, flashy, young, fresh, swagged out, versus a guy that came from the humbling grounds of Seattle, trained, got it out the mud, underdog, faced bigger, stronger, younger, everybody. and it's all coming into full circle, in full gear. That's the pay-per-view name. I'm not sure, but I do see now. My prediction is I see MJF winning probably 4-3, because I don't need no 7-5, 8-9. I need the score to be great. I need the score to be close to like Shawn and Bret Hart was in WrestleMania 96, or make it seem like Chris Benoit and Triple H and the Iron Man match on Raw. But they were like 30 minutes though. But I see it being a good match, and should be going from there. Then my last subject I want to talk about, according to this report, Kurt Angle said, I guess he was supposed to defeat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. He was supposed to have a title reign like the current tribal chief, Roman Joe Reigns. Let me put a phone up on this. I feel like they would have worked it if Kurt Angle would have had a title reign like that. To be honest with you, it would have did a lot more for Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin career for sure. If Kurt Angle at that time, that what I feel like Kurt Angle was in his prime in 2003, 2003 when he cut his hair. Kurt Angle was in his bag. Kurt Angle was top notch, if not the best wrestler on the planet. I don't care what none of y'all talking about. I'm going to say it again. I feel like in 02, 03, Kurt Angle was the best wrestler on the planet. And if he would have had a title reign with just one belt, man, that would have been crazy, bro. And then, man, you got a young Shelton Benjamin, Charlie Haas on their side. It would have done a lot more for Shelton's career than Charlie Haas, because Shelton had it. And learning under their school, man, come on. Team Angle, man, going into WrestleMania, and then imagine this the main event right here. It had been the same main event, but with a different twist. Let's just say Chris Benoit didn't win the Royal Rumble, but Eddie Guerrero did. And Eddie Guerrero been the one that broke it at WrestleMania. Now that would have been crazy. Kurt Angle would have had that belt for, man. Yeah, even if Kurt Angle would have held to the 05 and lost to the Cena at WrestleMania, that would have been even better too. Because Kurt Angle 05 was cold too now. Yeah, I saw that match he had with Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 21. So I think it wouldn't have been better than Roman's, that's for sure. But it had been a good one, and it had been fun to watch. Because I don't think we'll never get a title reign like Roman Reigns in the bloodline ever again. And plus, the bloodline is actually family. Then you added Sami Zayn to the mix, Paul Heyman. Like, the bloodline storyline is like The Sopranos, Walking Dead, and many other good shows. Started off with just 2, then 3, then you added your other cousin, then you just adding varieties and stuff like that. Different folks. I don't think we'll never get nothing like that. But I think Kurt Angle Jones would have been much better and entertaining, because Kurt Angle was a wrestling machine, and nobody in 2002, 2003 could touch Kurt Angle. But y'all, that's it for this episode. I love y'all. I'm gonna edit this bad boy. I'm back. I'm here, and I'm out. Peace.